You tuned in expecting an award ceremony. What you got instead was the president suddenly ranting about old, tired, exhausted grass. On its own, that sounds like a bizarre aside. But behind that surreal speech lies something far more serious, a dramatic federal takeover of Washington, D.C.'s law enforcement. Stick with me, because this evolution from turf talk to troop deployment tells a story that's more than just grass. Trump was at the Kennedy Center honoring his heroes. His speech should have been ceremonial, but instead, it veered sharply. He began criticizing the parks, complaining the grass was old, tired, exhausted, and promising to fix them. It wasn't just bizarre, it was a distraction, a red herring at a moment when actions far more consequential were brewing behind the scenes. While the nation giggled over grass, Trump quietly declared an emergency under Section 740 of the Home Rule Act, federalizing DC's police and deploying 800 National Guard troops. He painted a city overrun by crime, yet crime statistics tell the opposite story. Violent crime is at a 30-year low. By invoking that law, he bypassed local governance and put DC policing under federal control, all while planting the idea that beautification and safety go hand in hand. This wasn't an isolated deployment. Trump's move marked a broader push, militarizing American streets. In DC, lines between police and military blurred. Active duty soldiers, National Guard troops, suddenly patrolling neighborhoods. Critics warn this trend sets a dangerous precedent. We've already seen similar deployments in Los Angeles, and there's talk of creating a quick reaction force across multiple states. DC leaders didn't just push back, they protested. Mayor Bowser called it unsettling to see federal agents walking the streets. Nationally, critics compared the move to authoritarian tactics, citing historical fascist parallels and fear-fueled politics. Civil rights groups warned it echoed racially charged narratives used to police majority black jurisdictions. There's a ticking clock. Legally, Trump's move can only last 30 days unless Congress extends it. But Democrats running the House and Senate have balked at expanding federal control. Even more, battles are brewing in court questions about Sixth Amendment overreach, the 10th Amendment's anti-commandeering principle, and whether active duty troops violate the Posse Comitatus Act. If DC becomes a beacon, then what happens next? Trump says other cities like New York and Chicago might follow suit with similar crime crackdowns. But critics argue it's not about safety, it's about rewriting the power structure in democratic cities. Meanwhile, local resistance is teaching a lesson in how to fight federal overreach with strategy, protest, and legal pushback. So, what's the real story, beautification or battleground? When a president pivots from grass to guards, it's not an honor speech, it's a power play. And when federal authority replaces local control, we must ask, what are we willing to sacrifice in the name of safety? Because once the guard comes in, it may not be about keeping things green, it may be about keeping things in line. What starts with a simple rant about grass can end with troops on your street. Whether you see this as protection or power grab, one thing's for sure, moves like this don't happen overnight, and they don't stop where they start. Stay alert, stay informed, and remember, the stories that seem the strangest are often the ones you can't afford to ignore. This isn't just about DC, this could be about your city next. So, what will you do when the grass in your neighborhood suddenly needs fixing? Drop your comment and don't forget to subscribe the channel. And see you in the next video. Stay safe.